First, you want to begin prepping the nails. I start by trimming them with just a normal pair of nail clippers. You can leave them long if you want to grow your nails out. But after I do that, I push back the cuticles. You have to be careful with this because yeah, you'll know when the pressure is too hard, but you just want to do this lightly and kind of just separate the cuticle from the nail bed to kind of make it easier to cut them when we do trim them. But I just go all the way around the edges and kind of just make sure that we have a clean base to place the extensions on. So now I am trimming the excess cuticle that we have just pushed back. You don't want to cut any of your still alive tissue. Like, you just want to cut away the dead cuticle. Like so. This took a little bit of practice for me. I know it seems kind of simple, but it freaked me out a little bit to cut my own skin, but it definitely does make a difference in the look, and your set is just a lot more cleaner at the end. You honestly don't have to do this, but I just prefer to. So now we are just ever so slightly using a drill. I got this from Amazon for like $30. It was a very good deal. But yeah, you don't really want it on too high of a speed, just a very low medium speed doing this step. You just want to kind of make a grainy surface for the builder gel to adhere to. Because like a grainy surface compared to a smooth surface, it holds better. So yes, then I wash my hands, I get the dust off, and then for priming and prepping, I use a dehydrator, which kind of takes the oils and anything that could cause lifting. You want a dry surface, and I'm also using an acid-free primer to help prevent lifting because we don't want that. We want our set to last, and this will make sure of that. So yeah, and you want to make sure that you're going as close but not touching your skin, but as close to the cuticle as possible. So now I'm using a base coat to allow the builder gel to adhere to even more. Yeah, you always want to start with the base coat. and curing that for 60 seconds. So now we're going to go in with our builder gel. So this is going to be our glue, or nail glue essentially. So you will find a balance of how much that you should use, because you don't want to use too much where it will cause spillage out of the sides, but you also don't want to use too little, because then your nails, they won't stick for as long on your nail bed. And you can use I actually recommend using a nail lamp, like one that is like not covered. There's no cover. It's just like kind of like a flashlight to do this. But this is all I have, and it works for me. I'm just using a nail lamp that came with one of the kits that I've gotten in the past, and it works really well. So I just make sure to hold it a little bit under the lamp, under the light, and I make sure that it's it's not going anywhere. And then I take my hand that is holding the nail in place away, and I finish curing it under the lamp. So you don't have to paint the nail. You can just paint the extension, the clear tips, like I'm doing here. So I'm not applying too much. I'm just kind of painting where the nail and the nail tip will be touching. And yeah, so you can just watch this process to see more, but that's essentially what you do. So, you just want to, when you do press them down, make sure you press it down enough to where there are no air bubbles. You want a seamless coverage so that you can maximize the time of wear of these nails, because if there are air bubbles, there's a greater chance of of them lifting or falling off. So now I'm just trimming them to my liking. You can do any shape. Here I'm doing square. I'm still keeping some length, but I am trimming them. These tips are very long. But yeah. I really want to invest in some acrylic cutters because it'd probably work better. Doing this, it always makes me nervous. I feel like I'm going to mess up the nail, but yeah, these regular nail trimmers work just fine. And then I'm just filing so that I have smooth edges. Making sure that everything is straight and to my liking, very clean. And yeah. So then I'm just using the nail drill, to file away any shininess, any smoothness, because again, I want that grainy texture so that the paint won't peel off. I've actually had that happen in the past because I didn't buff them before I painted them. It just didn't have anything to stick to, so you want to make sure of that. And then wash your hands again to get the dust away. And now I'm going in with the base gel again for the just to maximize the duration of how long I can wear them without them chipping. It just helps the paint to last, the gel to last. Curing that for 60 seconds. And then I'm going in with a nail gel palette. I've come to really like these. I just love the consistency. It's a lot thicker than gel in a bottle because it has to stay in the nail pans. I just really like the consistency. You do have to apply more than one coat for sure, sometimes 3, just because the application comes out very thin and sometimes stripy, but if you do multiple coats, it has very good coverage, and in my opinion, I think it looks amazing. I just like having lots of options of colors, and these, you can find a nail paint palette like this one for like $9. And yeah, the colors, they don't last as long. I will probably get 3 sets out of each little pan, but I like having variety, and I really like the consistency of these gels. And normally the palettes, they come with the brush. This one came with this brush, and so if you are using these, you do want to pick up quite a bit in the beginning and kind of like push it down to the cuticle. Like, apply it a little bit above the cuticle and then push the excess amount and make a very clean edge. If you don't do that, it has not looked the best. Like, it looks like, I don't know, the paint, I like having like a clean outer edge. Um, um, but you really mainly have to do that, like the first layer, and then the rest you can just go in. So see how I'm just picking up a kind of like a gloop and like pushing it down to the cuticle and making like a clean line, and then pulling that up. Obviously, you don't have to worry about this if you're not using a paint palette, a gel palette, but if you are, that's a good tip. And we're just gonna cure that for 60 seconds and then go in with another coat, another layer, because these paints, these gels, they're very transparent, the first layer. So it just depends on what level of transparency that you want. I think that's kind of cool because you can control that aspect of them. Um, yeah. So now we're going to go in with a top coat to seal everything in and make them look shiny and glossy. And then we are going to cure for 60 seconds. And yeah. And then I went in with a cuticle oil to nourish the fingers, the cuticles, and this is the finished result. I really hope that you guys have found this video helpful, and I hope to share more with you in the future. Please give this video a like, and please subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching.